Okay, I just got to get on here real quick because I was stressing about something this weekend and a small revelation came to me. And I just wanted to share it with you to help someone out there who's stressing out about something. So I was stressing out about a situation in my life that to me is unlike other people's situation in general. And it has to do with my husband's job. His work schedule is insane. So I was struggling because I'm like, we're not like normal families. We don't have weekends together. We just don't. Other families are like, what are you doing this weekend? What is your family doing? And it's just like, I don't know. My husband's going to be working. And so I realized what was causing all this stress was the fact that I was comparing my life to a normal that somehow I thought society, like overall, it's normal for, families to have the weekend together. Instead of realizing, or instead of just meditating on the fact that this particular job is providing more than enough for our needs. And so I just want to encourage people out there, if you find yourself in the same place where you're really struggling and you're stressed because something in your life is not adding up to like the lives of people around you, I just kind of want to release you to let that go. And instead of focusing on how your life isn't like other people's, I want you to see the good and just embrace gratitude. Be like, wow, maybe my life is not traditional, but look at the blessing we have. Look what is working well in our lives. So just throw out comparison. I guess that's at the heart of it. And then I also wanted to share something as a side note that kind of blew me away. I'm sure like many of you guys are on YouTube and there's different pastors and speakers and maybe even life coaches you listen to. I don't know how I ended up on a video by Joe Hudson is his name. He's like a life coach. He's really sought after in the professional world. And this guy he was doing a podcast, I believe, on the issue of judging others and why we judge others and why we judge ourselves. And he said, have you ever felt someone's judgment towards you? You've been around a person, they didn't like you. What was your response being around someone that you could tell was just emitting judgmental thoughts? You don't want to be around them, right? It's like, ugh, it's a turnoff. You want to get away. And I realized, first of all, how many people probably misinterpret me because I may not necessarily be judging them, but I'm also not loving them. I'm just kind of neutral. I realized how neutral, like I go to church and I'm neutral. I go to the store and I'm neutral. I do my job and, my job does require me to be friendly and outgoing. So that's not neutral. But I realized, oh my gosh, there are so many hurt relationships in the church because our neutrality is interpreted as coldness and I dare say even judgmental. And I know personally when someone's being judgmental towards me, it's not good. Like it's not a happy, warm feeling. And then I took it a step further. I'm like, gosh, how often do I judge myself? I'm so hard on myself. I'm judging myself. How toxic is that? So just be aware. And it made me realize if you're not going in the opposite spirit, so there's judgmental, then there's like kind of a neutrality. And then, there's being positive and outgoing and warm. And I realized, oh my gosh, so many times in church, I have been honestly offended by people because they were neutral towards me. They weren't warm, but they weren't mean. They were just neutral. And I realized, oh my gosh, if I don't start giving off love and kind of setting my heart before I come into situations to embrace love, if I don't prep myself before I go to certain things, I think people are going to just feel negative things from me. So it was just kind of an eye-opener. If you want to learn more, his name is Joe Hudson. He's got tons of stuff on YouTube. So that really got me thinking. So anyways, I'm going to end this video. Be blessed.